Belleville Area District Library will come to order. This is the December meeting of the Belleville Area District Library. We begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Secretary isn't here tonight, so did I just?
You want me to call the roll?
Yeah, call the roll.
Donuts? Here. Fleming?
Yes, here.
Hughes Grubbs is absent and excused. Jariga? Here. Peters is absent and excused. And Stoudemire?
Here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I missing?
Priest.
Priest?
Well, it's probably gonna go this way tonight. It's my first time doing it, so. The next item is to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second. It has been moved by John Jariga and seconded by Tommy Stoudemire. Any questions about the agenda? All those in favor? Aye. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And no opposing vote. Now we want to approve the minutes from last month of November 12th. I'll give you a chance to look them over. I will, okay, okay. I know how to speak loud. You've had a chance to look them over. We want to approve the minutes from last month.
I mean, sorry.
The meeting, yeah.
One second.
Minutes. So it's moved by Tanya Stoudemire
I'll second.
and Joe Jahavitz has supported. Any questions? So we have approved the meeting minutes. Oh, any questions? We need to vote on that, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All those in favor signifying by saying aye
Aye.
and no. There are no votes, so we approve last month's meeting of this board. You know, we'll move on to public comments. Do we have any public that would like to comment? Anyone? No? Okay, is that loud enough? No, okay. We're at point in the agenda where we have public comments, so
I
if
see that
anybody
on
would
the
like.
agenda. I have no comment, other
Okay.
than to announce to everyone that Mary Jo was the winner of the Belleville Area Council for the Arts. 2
Congratulations.
tickets for the Lions
Okay.
versus Viking game the first weekend in January.
So you'll have a lot of friends. We'll go to that game. Well, congratulations.
Possibly
Congratulations.
take a member of the committee with.
I'll check my schedule.
So if we have no other public comments, we need to approve the 2025 regular board meeting dates, and those are in your packet. And if you look those over.
Make a motion to approve the dates for our board meetings.
Second. So, dates for the 2025 Belleville Area District Library Board have been, moved. It has been moved to approve them by Joyce Jahavitz and supported by Tanya Stoudemire. Do we have any questions about those dates?
I do have a comment.
Okay,
November Veterans Day occurs on Tuesday, and we're typically closed on Veterans Day.
Mhm.
So I've moved that board meeting to the 3rd Tuesday, if that's okay with everybody.
So that's it's the November 18th date.
Right.
Okay. So
And we,
make a note of that, because it'll be out of the ordinary for us to meet that month.
and we're not taking Juneteenth off, are we?
This is for the meeting dates.
Mhm. Not the
Okay,
days off.
okay, sorry.
Okay. So seeing no objections, the meeting dates for 2025 are approved. Next, we have to approve the November 12th. We already did that. No, library closure dates, John, that's what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Okay. And that is also in your packet?
Yeah.
I can see where Veterans Day is on the 11th. So we need to approve these dates for the closed dates for 2025. Do I have a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Can I have a support?
I would support that.
Okay. It is moved and supported. And so the dates for 2025 have been approved.
Well, I do think we should consider closing for Juneteenth, if not this year.
I brought it up last year and it was rejected, so
Well, it's a national holiday.
I thought so too.
Do events on that day, or is there anything that the library does?
We do some displays and different things like that, but not major events yet. What does Ipsy do?
Well, we're part of a larger. We are open that day, but we're also open MLK Day, but we have a floating holiday for that day for our staff. And so we do a lot of programming for MLK. But since we're open on those days, the staff have off, but they do it as floaters throughout that pay period. But we're involved with Juneteenth, in fact, they're moving it closer to the library, so our building specifically will be part of the whole downtown Juneteenth celebration. But we have always been part of, well, I say always, but it's only been 3 years that they've had an annual Juneteenth in downtown. So the outreach department and other library staff go to that. But now it'll be closer to us.
Is that under discussion in greater library?
More and more libraries are closing on that day,
So is it something to, for us to
so it's
think
it's
about?
something to definitely think about.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that and bring it up in the new year.
With MLK Day, we stay open, but we, again, do a lot of programming and we get a ton of people there because the kids are out of school.
No, besides, I think I kind of like the idea of being open, but then having events so that people kind of know, you know, what the day means. So, you know, I think that actually probably provides more information to the community than just being closed. You know.
Yeah, well, that's why we do it.
It's kind of, you can see it both ways though, to kind of have some reverence for it, just like with MLK Day, you might want to close, but then you can see where you'd want to have some programming that would highlight it too, so it's really kind of not real clear what you should be doing. But we can talk about it in the new year. Okay. Now we're on to committee reports. And the building committee, Joy?
I don't have anything to report, but I bet Mary Jo does.
Let me see.
We okayed a whole bunch of stuff happening, so there's probably been some progress there.
If I can find my director's report, there we go. Matt Ransom has been working on things for us, so he's got got the black stair treads on order, and working on setting that up, they'll probably be the easiest thing to do. And then he's working on getting quotes for the automated door system and the vape detectors. The flagpole light is on order, there's a long lead time for that. So that probably won't get repaired until springtime, when the weather gets better.
And we ordered 2 lights this time, right? Or like a backup.
I think we just ordered the one, but we have a backup lens. 'Cause the first light was just the lens that broke, so.
Right.
Hopefully we have some backup to it, but. See how this one goes.
I think it's been a thorn. hasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
considering all the things that go wrong, you
Yeah.
would have thought it was the
Yeah.
light would be such a
Hopefully.
problem.
Hopefully this will take care of it, we'll find out.
What did you, I'm sorry, I think I zoned out for a minute. What did you say about the automatic door openers?
He's working on getting,
Okay,
putting together a proposal on quotes.
okay.
Okay. So that's all the building committee.
Okay, thank you. Now, bylaws committee,
I have no report.
finance, Tanya, anything?
No report, but we will be talking about the fines later.
Okay.
We can talk about it during the director's report if you want. Okay.
Marketing, Alma's not here. So don't have a report. Personnel, I'm here, but I do not have a report at this time.
I have a question about personnel.
Okay,
Do you want to do the director's evaluation in time for the next meeting?
we did it in January last year.
Yeah.
didn't we? Can we do that?
Yeah.
So you want it done it before, or we talk about it and then
I would suggest maybe putting out the questionnaire.
before the next
Do
meeting?
like December 31st and then.
Okay, I'll be
If that
looking for
works.
that.
Okay.
Since I was here this year, can I fill it out, even though this is my last meeting? For the
I say you can, John, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're still,
evaluation?
you're still on the hook until.
You can fill it out, give it to Maria.
Yeah, it would be hard for her to do it because she hasn't been here.
Right.
So, yeah, we're taking on that one.
He's still under contract till the end of the year. so.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That was a good comment, John. Thank you. We're gonna miss those comments.
We said, policy.
Dan, anything?
No
No,
report.
okay, and art committee, we have nothing at this time. So now we have to approve accounts. That is in your packet.
Look it over, see if you have any questions. If there are no questions, I need a motion to approve accounts payable.
Which door was replaced?
$4,000.
Yeah,
Where are you at?
towards the bottom, O'Neill.
Oh, there was the sliding, the $1,000, the
Mhm.
sliding pocket door in the staff room.
$1,000?
Yeah, it was a big. Dean had to took a lot of time on that door trying to get that fixed. It was difficult to try to drill up high enough to find wood. It was off its hinge quite a bit.
Was the pocket door done to save space?
I believe so. Yeah, I think it was the only way they
Because
could.
I
do
used
it.
to run at my old house.
In the staff break room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was totally like stuck. It wasn't like.
Or just come off the slide or something.
No, it just totally like came loose from the top where they had it anchored on top.
So
And
the
he had
track
to
came down.
undo, he had to saw into the drywall in order to
Oh, no.
get into it even to do anything. So it was a big repair.
Okay.
What's the title of that room?
The wellness room,
The what?
wellness room.
Okay,
It's probably also a lactation room.
that's what I heard it was too.
Yeah.
But I don't want to bring it up.
Can I get a motion to approve the accounts payable? If there are
Make
no
a
more
motion
questions.
to approve accounts payable.
All right, can I get a second? A second. It has been moved by Joy Javits and seconded by Tanya Stadmeyer, and the accounts payable are approved for this month. And now we're down to
Wow.
directors' comments and report. And want to go ahead?
Sure. So I attended a meeting with all of the, or most of the directors in Wayne County Libraries. We met with representatives from the Library of Michigan to discuss the issue with penal fines. And, make a long story short, over the last 10 years, we've been owed money for penal fines and we owe money for penal fines, but we owe more than we were owed, so we owe about $139,000 for that time period. The Wayne County was misapplying their formulas. They were not breaking out they're supposed to be combining civil traffic fines with penal fines into one big lump sum that was divided between everyone per capita countywide, but they weren't doing it that way. They were taking the civil fines and divvying them out court by court. So, it's kind of a little bit of a mess.
And that was because somebody left.
Someone left, someone who had a lot of
Do it and-
institutional knowledge.
Yeah.
And in addition to, there was also another, like a spreadsheet error or two that they had to
Oh my
fix in
gosh.
addition to this, so.
But at
Need
least
a-
they
need
found
a
it.
Double checker.
Yeah.
But they found the problem.
So
and
they found the problem,
yes.
it was corrected for this year. But the Library of Michigan wanted to talk to us about how do we move forward with this?
Mhm.
How do we get the money where it's supposed to go? They are very strongly recommending that the communities get together and come up with some sort of settlement agreement so that the money can be divvied out the way it's supposed to. They're recommending that moving forward, the libraries who owe money, any penal fines that we're collecting in the future will go towards the libraries that are owed money. So that is their recommendation. If we go that route, we will be paid up in 4 years. We definitely have enough money in our fund balance to be able to pay that in advance and be done with the whole problem.
Would do that.
No, but a lot of this is dependent on what the other communities want to do, so.
How many libraries are involved?
I want to say about 25 or so.
It's just the
26.
Wayne County Library.
Just counties in Wayne County,
Yeah.
Was this,
libraries in Wayne
was
County.
this found like through an audit or something? I mean, how did they find all this?
One library saw a discrepancy from like last year to the year before and was like wondering like, how come ours seems like so off from what it used to be? And then that just kind of opened the whole can of worms.
Wow.
But obviously nobody caught it,
Right.
and there were a lot of different
A lot of,
complicated
you would think
reasons
there'd
why
be a
that,
lot
why
of
that
eyes,
happened,
a
but
lot of
yeah.
eyes on
yeah.
that,
That was a lot of money.
That's a lot.
So, yeah, for the 10 years, that's.
Yep.
And it's
What
been
is,
go-
I don't do
it's
math,
been
but
going on for 10 years.
I
13,000.
look at it as if we
A year.
received an interest-free loan. For a good number of years.
Well, at least it's figured out and there's a path forward.
There is a path forward. As I said, the devil is in the details, but what the Library of Michigan is asking for now is willingness from you as a board to pursue doing a settlement agreement. Your willingness to do that does not mean that you have to sign it. So at this point, it's just a matter of being willing to entertain that and start working.
Not a
towards that.
resolution or anything.
Nothing like
That was
that.
nothing we vote on. We're
You
just,
could vote, you could make a motion. They don't need this until the end of January, so if you want to think about it,
Yeah.
we'll come back and do it in January, that's fine.
we can do maybe a little talking about it before we
You
vote
can
and
think about it,
think about
and
it
if you,
and
you know,
do some
if you-
research on
right,
it.
if you want the finance committee to meet, maybe, and.
Yeah,
delve into it.
Might be
you know,
good.
to do that. They also, the Library of Michigan also very strongly recommends that we retain an attorney to look at it too.
Yeah,
So are the libraries that are owned money, are they getting theirs in 4 years too?
No, I think there's a schedule where they get a certain amount every, I'm not sure.
so,
I was so focused on my part of it, that I was,
Yeah.
looking at how long it was gonna take them.
so each library has to get their own attorney. You
Each
would think
each one
that
has
you
to,
could
yeah.
have one attorney look at this problem
Well,
and save
Yeah.
some
but
money on
everyone has a
attorney
different,
fees,
everyone has a different situation, so that's why.
all
yeah.
caused by the same
Yeah.
thing. But okay. Do we have somebody in mind or no?
So,
Not at this time, probably.
yeah, they
Okay.
gave us a list of recommended
Okay.
attorneys.
That's good.
Although I feel like we're all gonna be like going, chasing after.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they would want one attorney for all the county
Yeah.
libraries.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I think everybody's still just really digesting this and going back to
Yeah.
their boards and talking about it.
So it's good that we wait a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So Mary Jo, I mean, do we feel like we got a high level of confidence that the money that we owe is accurate? I mean, is there somebody that, an accountant or somebody that
I
has
believe so at this
dived
point.
into this?
Yeah, I believe so at this point. The Library of Michigan was able to really look at the nitty gritty of it
Okay,
and be able to cite the law to the county about how it's supposed to be done.
Is there like more detail about this somewhere?
Yes.
So yeah.
I can have it for you guys for the next meeting.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of it was, at the last meeting, I put something in your board pack, so a lot of the stuff from the Library of Michigan is very similar to what they put out the second time. The second time they
If
put
you
it out.
just send out a
with
link or
amounts,
something,
yeah,
that would be fine.
So Sharon did ask me to share her comments on this, so I will read this.
Okay.
It's kind of long.
Okay.
You know Sharon. She says, while I do support our board affirming either in the December or January meeting that this library will participate with the library community in negotiations to resolve the misallocation of penal fine funds to libraries over the past several years, I would like to see included in our motion that Wayne County should contribute financially to the final resolution. I do not think that the library community should shoulder the entire fiscal burden to correct the mistake that was made by the county.
I agree with
Good
that.
point. That's a
It's
good
their
point.
mistake.
Mhm.
And I assume our paying back is going to the libraries that were shorted,
Yes.
but I think the county is
Do they,
liable, it should be, take some of the liability.
do they feel responsible at all? Have you
They're
heard?
not talking.
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
Are you
That's why
saying,
there should be one attorney working
That's
for all of us to.
are you saying we've got to get an attorney?
Yes.
Can we deduct the attorney fee
Yeah.
from the amount that we owe?
that's what I wonder.
I mean, it's their problem.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't do anything wrong.
I don't know the answer to that. at this point.
Propose
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because these darn attorneys cost so much money.
Yeah.
Am I right,
Propose
Barbara?
having one attorney, because.
I'm retired.
Good answer.
Oh. I think the big problem is trying to avoid a lot of costly litigation that could easily go on for 5 years, 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
But, you know,
I mean,
We'll see
so
how things develop.
what other recourse other than paying this back is there? I mean, I'm hearing that we'd have
Well,
we'd have 4 years to pay
everybody
this back.
could unite and group together and come up with one solution. Multiple libraries can come up with, their own, I can see like multiple solutions potentially.
But the proposal,
Everybody could decide not to do anything and then I
right,
don't
the
know.
proposal
Yeah.
is that we pay back in 4 years. That's what the proposal is.
Well, or pay back until we're done owing, but if we pay back applying future penal fines, it would be 4 years.
That'd be better.
Oh, that's what they're saying, so we
Yeah.
wouldn't
So
get
for us-
any.
Yeah.
For us, for example, it would take us 4 years. There are some other libraries where it would take 10 years. I mean, it's all.
Well,
over the
except
place.
for we've always said that you couldn't predict our penal fines. but I guess there's a reason why.
They
they
can-
would write it.
Yeah, so now that so this is based on the Library of Michigan prediction.
So if we do that,
Yeah.
what have we been using those fines
From the
for?
fines from
in
the.
the past?
It's just been revenue.
It's extra
Just-
revenue.
yeah.
And our budgets have generally, the past couple of years have been under,
Okay,
we've had more revenue than expenditures, and so it's been okay.
and so that's why we say this is something we can afford to do.
We can afford to do it whichever way you want to do it, yeah.
Is Library of Michigan saying what our fees are supposed to be? Did they give you an
Yeah.
accurate number? Or close to
Yeah, I'm
accurate
pretty sure
number?
it's accurate. So,
I guess I don't understand how it.
yeah, well, yeah, year by year, it fluctuated a lot. So
Yeah.
in 2015, we were owed $10,000. Yeah, we were owed money in 16 and 17. 2018, 18 and 19 were particularly wonky, because according to this, we owed like $57,000 in 2018, 61,000 in 2019, 29,000 in 2020.
We were owed?
We owe,
Oh,
then it starts to drop down a little bit, 13,000. They owed us 5,700 in 2022.
what is the accurate number that we're supposed to receive every year?
Usually it's in the
It
$30,000.
varies because it depends on the.
I know it varies, but it's not
Civil.
supposed to vary as much as it does now.
Right,
Yeah.
so
So
for
what is their
example,
guesstimate? If they're saying you can pay it back in 4 years, they must have a guesstimate of how much we're going to receive in 4 years.
I didn't print all of the spreadsheets, I just printed the over under. But they did do some
Divided by 4,
calculations.
I guess.
That's 35,000.
35,000.
In the $30,000 range.
Yeah. It's about, I want to say approximately like 82 cents per capita-ish.
What are we, 85,000?
Like around 44,000, so that's 36.
44, I'm thinking.
30, so that's $36,000, so, yeah. Which is generally, I think, what I've been estimating every year, about 35 or 36,000, so. As a placeholder.
So, any final thoughts on this before we move on? We're gonna table this till next
Yeah.
meeting. And everybody can see if they want to do some research on their own,
And at any time,
maybe
if
things
you
will
want,
change.
if you want, I can invite someone from the Library of Michigan, would be more than willing to speak to you. If
It
you
might
want
be
that,
helpful.
okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
we're not-
it's
we're-
a
we don't-
lot of money.
Hopefully.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
money and you wanna make sure it's done right, be fiscally responsible. So I would appreciate that.
Somebody from Wayne County should speak to us.
Yeah, really. Okay, anything else on this? So now we move on to trustee comments. Did you have anything more with the
Oh, I'm
directors?
sure I must have other things.
Yeah, you
Okay, yeah, let's go to that.
All right, so we have a couple of longtime staff members who are going to be retiring.
Oh, Carol, she can't go,
Carol.
sorry,
Yeah,
cannot go.
So,
he's a sweetie.
Carol is going to be
I'm gonna
retiring
miss her.
and moving out of state to be closer to family, so.
North Carolina.
She does an awful lot for us.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Rhonda Reed does all of our linking and book processing and behind the scenes, and so. She's gonna be greatly missed. She's always been the one when we had all the vendors coming and wanted to get in the building at 7:30 in the morning. She was our early bird, and so she would be here to let them in, so it was.
And Carol just has
Yeah.
that nice
Carol
demeanor.
is such a nice,
So
yeah,
sweet, and you just feel like you can always talk to her about
Yeah.
that.
yeah, she's a great,
So good.
very calm,
Mhm.
calming influence, so,
Yeah.
yeah, so she'll be missed. They'll both be missed terribly.
So you're gonna have your hands full.
So, yeah, trying to.
Are they
Yeah,
both
we wanna
full
do-
time?
Carol is full time. Yeah. So we're working through that. On a good note, the Friends of the Library, have their honey for sale, so please feel free to buy some honey on the way
It's so
out the door.
good too, I
It's
bought
not
some.
on the first day.
No, so.
I bought
must
three,
have
that's
got
all they
a
let
lot.
me buy.
Good.
So anyhow, we have honey available. And I did put apologize for the length of it, but if any of you wanted to delve into it, a study from the New York Public Library on libraries and well-being.
Pretty involved.
And it's a very involved study, but the upshot of it is that, yes, we do improve everybody's well-being. So there's
Except for just a couple months ago, you had one about the librarians' well-being.
yeah.
Well, I think the idea was people, once we became a digital community and everybody was using their phones and everything, that we wouldn't need libraries anymore. Everything was
Oh,
going
yeah.
digital, and it's just so not true.
No.
That people needed it as a
Well,
refuge almost.
Yeah, and one of the words that was mentioned was focus, like, the library's a place where people can come to sit and focus, and I think a lot of that has to do with being able to, you know, potentially like remove yourself from your technology while you're trying to work on a project.
And being with like-minded people.
Anyway, it was an
Okay.
interesting article.
Yeah.
And my last thing. I don't have a speech at all prepared for you because I'm speechless. But you have been such a stalwart these past many years at our library and on the building committee and daily and just lending your moral support, and it's been an amazing
Right.
ride.
How many years, John?
Like 2014, I don't know, when did you start?
Not because that's when we became
11?
district, I think.
I don't, I have to go back and look.
I think at
A long time.
12.
Long time ago,
Well,
yeah. At any rate, we commissioned him on our staff. We commissioned him to do a portrait.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
You made me good looking. Thank you.
It's a very nice.
John, hold it up.
Oh, yes.
Oh, perfect. That's a great likeness. Yeah.
Yes.
You look like a sailor or a pirate.
I think a pirate.
As long as I don't look like a deviant, it's okay. Thank you, thank you.
And Sharon wrote something too, she wanted me to read. She said, our board is truly coming to the end of an era. John Juriga has been an outstanding advocate for our library in general and for the construction of this new building in specific. Words cannot express the impact that John's enthusiasm and expertise had on undertaking the building project. As a retired high school shop teacher, he brought a unique perspective to the effort. His overall community involvement has also been an asset to the library's success. John, you will truly be missed on this board, and I regret not being able to celebrate you in person. Yeah, she definitely would have been here if she could have, but just was not possible.
Thank you.
And so we have at trustee comments, so I'll let everybody, starting with Joy, your own comments. Good job.
Well, I think you were a huge asset on our building committee all those years and questioning what cost what and seeing little things by your daily, weekly, monthly walkthroughs of the building and as they were building it. And it was great to have you on that committee and have your sense of humor here in our meetings.
You ask questions that no one else asks. We're gonna really miss that.
Well, sometimes I want to slap you down.
Yeah.
That's why the meetings were so long.
Tanya?
So I have really enjoyed being here with you. Sometimes the meetings would have been a lot longer
Yeah,
had you not shut them down, so.
Oh, yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't know if we would have had a library without you. And then just, you would, you walk the ground, so to speak, just to make sure everything is in working order, everything's right. Is there anything that needs to, be repaired or replaced or, I just feel like you take care of this place. you know, so that's really appreciated, so I
Thank
think.
you.
But you can't stop either.
No,
Dan?
Well, I guess I'm the new guy, so I have had a very short time to spend with you, but, I do appreciate the leadership that you showed during the meeting. I'm very concerned about how long these meetings are gonna run now.
That's gonna be your job.
I might be a little practice with that, but,
Yeah.
but I do appreciate.
Well, listen to what he says tonight.
I'm gonna have to write it down verbatim. And I do appreciate it, you know, your, attention to detail and, keeping everything moving forward.
thank you.
And, I'll see you on a walk sometime.
Got it.
So is there anybody from the community who would like to comment? Or should we give John the floor? Anything you want to say, other than you're gonna miss us?
I was just thinking about this yesterday, being the Christmas season, we got so much going on at home. I thought about this yesterday, when I was a, young kid, 13 years old. I joined the Boy Scouts. And the very first, merit badge I got was a camping merit badge. And the main thing I learned in the merit badge was always leave your campground better than the way you found it. And that's a secret, of life, I thought. And, if we work at our home, our church, or schools, just try to make it a little bit better, and that's what you've done. You've made an amazing building. Thank you.
It's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
So we got you a little cake, and we thought we'd have some cake and some cider, and we got your card. It's, and as you see on the cake, it says you're the best, Jenny. Award.
I took a picture of that for my wife.
Oh, yeah? She won't believe it, huh?
Thank you.
Do you have any comments?
Oh, I wrote on the card, I'll see him every day because he's my next door neighbor, but I will miss him at this meeting, at our meetings, because, you know, I'm not as new as you, Dan, but I'm pretty new on this board. And he really brought some levity to it, because it's kind of, daunting to join a board like this, especially with the responsibility of the library. I mean, it's a big responsibility to make sure you're doing what the community wants. And so having a little levity sometimes helps. And then we get down to business and we do the work that we have to do. And so I do appreciate that, but I'll see you outside in
You
the
bet.
yard and all
Thank you
that
all.
good stuff.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Now, the only Italian word I know is mangia. That means eat.
Okay.
Should we call the,
John, is there something, John, that you want to, is there a motion you would like to make?
Madam Chair, Madam Chair.
You listening to this?
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I make the motion that this meeting be adjourned.
Excellent.
Do I have a second?
I second that.
Okay, so that's gonna be your turn.
Okay.
Okay, I had something to cut the cake, but I don't know what I did with it.
that's just,
Maybe we can.
might use a spatula.
Here it is, yeah, I
Maybe we
didn't
can
bring a knife
use that
because it
somehow.
made me nervous
That
bringing
tool.
it.